English theater visionary Peter Brook wrote a book called The Empty Space in the year of my birth, 1968. The first lines read, "A man walks across this empty space while someone else is watching him, and this is all that is needed for an act of theater to be engaged." Tanz, tanz, songs sind wir verloren. These were the words of Pinja Bausch, the remarkable German dancer and choreographer. "Dance, dance, or we are lost," she said. "How does it feel to share this moment of her beauty and my absurdity?" Oh, football coach Tony Dungy said, "Sometimes I think God wants there to be a circus so we can show there's another way to respond. I say, here on the stage, my mistakes can't be hidden in my iMac trash box." Right now, I'm really scared inside, like a failed vaudeville actor. In our togetherness, we learn that we can face death with exhilaration and grace, even though in that moment we will all be alone. The composer, Claude Debussy, said, "The attraction of the virtuoso for the public is very like that of the circus for the crowd. There is always the hope that something dangerous will happen." I say, performing artists play out personal revolutions in public spaces. Oscar Wilde said, "Life is too important to be taken seriously." Now, Chris Rock captivates as he makes sharp turns between body humor and insightful political satire. And as Mark Twain said, "We laugh to keep from crying." Now here on the stage, I bring you face to face with prejudice. You could actually reach out and touch the thing you fear. And in this way, I try to touch you. I hold a mirror to you. Bertolt Brecht wanted to shake you awake. He said art is not a mirror held up to reality, but a hammer with which to shape it. This is his anti-war play, Mother Courage and Her Children. But personal revolutions are not just played out on small stages. 1968, the year I was born, Tommy Smith, Mexico City Olympics. One physical gesture symbolized resilience in the face of centuries of oppression and injustice. Remember that the next time someone tells you the arts don't matter. Berlin Olympics, 1936. All through the Third Reich, the Nazis presented public performances that were terrifying in their precision and artistry, all in the service of unfathomable darkness. Remember that the next time someone tells you the arts don't matter. Now, have you ever stood on the street and shared the tears of a believer as the death of Christ is reenacted? Have you witnessed the thousands of bodies that circle the Kaaba in Mecca as one? Have you ever seen the perfect formation of a flock of Canada geese? I would rather be a beggar and a single than a queen and married. Elizabeth I. Well, if I hadn't been a woman, I'd be a drag queen for sure. I like all that flair, and I'd be dressing up in them high heels and putting on the big hair. I'd be like RuPaul. Dolly Parton. Now, if you ever think the business never utilizes the performing arts, think again. Every year, as the arts coordinator for the City of Richmond, I undergo a performance review. How many different characters do you play in your lives? The other day, my daughter was being entertained at Science World. It was a show about air. It reminded me of Albert Einstein playing his violin. He once said, "There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle." This is from the country of my birth. The dearly departed poet Maya Angelou once said, "How important it is for us to recognize and celebrate our heroes and sheroes." Kind of performance art. Does this slide offend you? Does this slide offend you? Now, why do some performing arts like to walk that line? The modern burlesque diva Dita Von Teese said, "You can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there's still going to be somebody who hates you." A man and a woman walk onto a bare stage and we have a performance. And then they do remarkable things. They defy all the ugliness and brutality in the world. These men and women who bear their hearts with no safety net. Now, a man I once directed walks onto a bare stage. Add lights, projections, costumes, props, and music, like a flower blooming. Shakespeare said, "All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players." And every time I think I am alone in my love for the performing arts, I think of places like the Danish Radio Concert Hall. Surely its architect, Jean Nouvel, loves the performing arts at least as much as I do, maybe a little bit more. A man or a woman walks onto a bare stage. When we breathe the same air, be it me in this performance hall or Madonna in GM Place, we become one. And I leave you with the poet Rumi, "Only from the heart can you touch the sky." Thank you.